Hello, it's Talking Reds. Talking Reds with a difference today. We're doing it on the fly at Manchester Airport. See what I did there. Judith Chalmers, John Gibbons is with me.
I was just here.
We're off to Stockholm right now, but then John's coming back to Liverpool and then you're going to Porto, aren't you, mate? You're all over the show. What's your favourite one of them? Is it Judith Chalmers or is it Alan Wicker?
Judith Chalmers feels like my era, like, you know what I mean? And so, yeah, good. But yeah, I like even Psyche Hughes do a little bit of it, don't you? Whenever you go away, send each other a picture of Judith Chalmers on a camel or something.
Yeah, we're doing the same jokes we were doing in the 80s. We're doing them in 2017. I mean, we had a quick look to see what's happening in the world of Liverpool. A few quick ones. Emre Can apparently is still going to be moving at the end of the season. That doesn't seem to be any great surprise. Nothing particularly new. Still Juventus who are going all out to get him. And another little rumour that it's pretty much done would come as no surprise, of course. Firmino as well is in the papers today, just talking about that when he used to play on the streets of Brazil. He used to kick the ball in little tiny nets, and that's why he's good at like spotting little gaps at the near post and scoring at Huddersfield. I was into that. Lemar, we're not interested in him anymore. Too dear, doesn't score enough goals. That's the end of that one. So flying through the news, should we talk about the Southampton game on Sunday?
Yeah.
They're crap, aren't they?
They are, they're not great. They won last time, I would say, and got a 3-2 against West Brom, but you know, they're struggling this season, struggling for goals really, despite those three. They've signed a striker just under £20 million. We'll see if he can make a difference for them. But generally speaking, it's one that we should be looking to win. Should be 3 points for the Reds, but not a particularly happy hunting ground for us. That mad League Cup game aside. No,
well, they knocked us out the League Cup, obviously, and I think in general we've got a record of something like 4 wins out of the last 10 down there. But equally, I think there's not much to be worried about, really. They've scored something like 28 goals in 26 games. I think they've only won 3 at home this season in the league, which is pretty grim. But that's probably why they're going to bring all this pantomime stuff and boo half of our team, sing about, you know, us not having jobs and signing on, and, you know, talking of 80s jokes, like. So, I mean, it's a bit weird, isn't it, Southampton? We bought, you know, 7 decent-ish players off them. They've got a load of money for it, around 175 million quid, and yet they seem to hate us for it. I'm not sure it works the other way around. It's like a plastic rivalry.
Yeah, it's a strange one. I mean, they haven't really got a local rival anymore. Portsmouth, which isn't even that close anyway, have dropped right down the divisions, and so, you know, they need to wait. Everyone needs to wait someone, I suppose, and they've gone for us. We have took a lot of players on them, but as you say, we've given them a fair chunk of change. Yeah. Like, we must be responsible about half of their turnover over the last few years. So, you know, it's all about you reinvesting and how you reinvest it, which is what kind of, you know, it's the same with Liverpool as well. We've had a lot of money for some of our players, but, you know, if you use it well, then great. If you don't, then sort of your own fault, really, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, what worries me, well, not worries me, but one thing I've noticed, if you like, about this game is feels like one of them again where a lot of Reds are worried about it, and almost unnecessarily so. I mean, on the road, Liverpool have been good this season, you know, second only to City in terms of points picked up on the road, same as Chelsea and Man United, but no one scored more goals than Liverpool away from home in the league this season. I think it's 32 now. So there's reason to be going down there with confidence, isn't there? I mean, the other little worry, I guess, is that Porto's right after it, and so, you know, is there a rotation issue there? What teams you go with? But, you know, even if he does rotate 1 or 2 out and 1 or 2 in, you still think they've got too much for them, don't you?
Yeah, definitely. I think, look, there's players who are on our bench at the moment who can come in the team and do a good job, and we know that. We're a little bit light in terms of firepower, in terms of someone who's going to come on and change a game, perhaps. But in terms of, you know, solid professionals, lads who've played a lot of games, not just for Liverpool, but, you know, Premier League games, and are able to do a good job. There's plenty of those boys there, so we can afford to rotate a bit. And as you say, whoever we pick should have too much quality for the opposition, and I think, you know, going into it, I think I understand why Liverpool fans maybe get a bit nervous because it matters so much to us, and we want to get in that top 4. But I think the teams who've made it difficult for us this season are teams who've done exactly that. Who've men behind the ball, who've been physical, like you know, and been tough to break down. I just can't see Southampton setting up in that way. I think they'll try and be a bit more open, and I think that'll suit us.
Yeah. All right, well, that's the Reg chat. We're going to be back in a minute and have a chat about what's in the papers today. Spoiler, not a lot. Okay, today's newspapers then lots of rugby in it, to be honest. Which I
that'd be a change of pace.
It will be a change of pace. I mean, you know, it's on the back pages, rugby chat. Jones,
Winter Olympics have started.
Jones attacks out of order Wales captain.
I thought he was out of order, you know, absolutely out of order for what he said.
Jones, no need, mate. The other thing that is in all the papers is this. Feels like Wenger's having a bit of a laugh here. I mean, all this time that he's been in England, he seems to be being criticised for something or other right through. And he's spotted a little gap here and gone, you're all talking about diving, are you? Well, remember when that was the foreigners? Well, now it's Harry Kane, now it's Dele Alli. So he's getting his own back, and he's actually said, like, you know, that was the talk. Obviously, go all the way back to like Klinsmann and his celebration and all that sort of stuff. Now we are talking about English players doing it all week, if you're dictated to by the newspapers. And yet Wenger's getting a little dig and saying that English players are now the masters of diving. I quite enjoy this. Enjoy Wenger on it.
Oh yeah, it's a bit of needle, isn't it? He knows he knows about the Spurs game. He knows that you know he can put a bit of a boot on there. But maybe it's a little bit clever as well. Maybe he knows that the ref's going to keep an extra eye on, because referees are human as well. So whoever's ref in that game will have seen what's going on and will have seen that, you know, all the talks. We'll be keeping an extra eye on them. So maybe that's a little reminder from Wenger as well, just to watch them two. They're the worst, you know.
Mind games, maybe learned them off Fergie, after all those clashes. I mean, there really isn't much else in the papers today other than that, really. I mean, we've gone out and bought them all, and then
we'll read them on the plane.
We'll read them on the plane, and we'll tell you on Monday what happened. But yeah, today on the Anfield wrap, the team talk will be out there. If you haven't listened to that one yet, the way it works is the lads back in the office today will watch Jurgen Klopp's press conference. They'll have a look at what Southampton are saying too. They'll have a chat about what was said in the press conferences, how Liverpool might set up, and in general just sort of preview the game. Also out there as well today, for those that don't subscribe, the free City Talk show. You can listen to that on City Talk, and it'll be released later on as a podcast. And then also, if you're kicking around in Stockholm tonight and you're watching, come and see us. Where is it we're doing it? Do you know the name? Craig Hannon. The old dub, there you go. The old dub tonight. Come down, 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock?
Sounds right.
Come down, have a bevy, have a chat about the Reds, have a laugh. That's what we're all in it for, really. And then we're in Oslo on Sunday night, around the game and after the game as well. Check out the details on the AnfieldApp.com. Subscribe as ever, I always encourage you to do so. Listen to the free shows. This has been a quick fire talking Reds. We're going to leg it and get on a plane now.